So today I just wanted to go over a few tips and tricks on how to effectively clean your skin at home without harming your skin. As an esthetician and a skincare specialist, I constantly get asked on what are proper ways to do extractions at home, or how can I get rid of my blackheads, or how can I effectively remove a pimple without scarring or harming my skin. So first and foremost, I want to say that if you have any serious skincare conditions, or if you're suffering from acne or any hormonal breakouts, it might be best to see a healthcare provider to help you with that, because obviously there's something underlying going on in the skin. So go to an acupuncturist, a naturopathist, your dermatologist, and see if there's anything that's really happening inside the body that's creating these skin conditions. Second of all, I want to say you can do this at home, you just have to take the proper precautions. So first and foremost, you're going to want to prep the skin. So to prep the skin, you're going to cleanse the skin. You can use a mild face wash. Ones that we like here is Burt's Bees. It's a skin brightening cleanser for the face. So a good time to actually do extractions is after the shower, after a warm shower, because you've been in the shower for about 10-15 minutes. That warm skin is softening up and getting ready to basically have those pores nice and open so you can do extractions. If that's not on the agenda and you want to do something else that's quick and easy, you can take a warm washcloth, use just warm water, apply it on the skin, literally lie down, wring out most of the moisture from the washcloth, make sure it's not too hot, apply it over the skin and let it sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes. That's a good way to kind of open up your pores. So as you know, heat softens and opens up the pores and gets them ready for extraction. Another good way is to steam the skin. They actually sell little portable steamers for the house. If you don't have one of those, you can actually put a boiling pot on the stove. You have to be careful, you don't want to burn yourself, and just kind of put your face over the steam and let it waft toward you. But like I said, you really have to make sure that you're not going to burn your skin. So probably the safer way is to just do extractions after a warm shower, or to do them after applying a warm compress to the skin, like a washcloth or towels that have been drenched in warm water and wrung out. The second step would be, after you've cleansed the skin, you're going to want to cover your fingertips. The key is to never use your fingernails on the skin. Using fingernails, obviously, underneath the fingernails you can hold a lot of bacteria. You can actually break the skin open, and you don't want to do that because you're going to actually create tears in the surface of the skin, or you can basically auto-inoculate yourself with bacteria, which would just make your problem worse. So you're going to want to cover your skin. I like to use just these little round, as you can see, little cotton rounds you can even use Q-tips if you'd like. So the key is to cover your fingernails. And a good way to do that is you take your cotton round, put your finger in the center, fold it over, and then fold again. So you have this little cushion, basically. I'm going to do it again this side. Finger in the center of the cotton round, fold over, and then fold over again. So basically these are your instruments that you're going to use. When I do extractions in the facial room, this is basically what I do. I use my fingers, unless it's a hard to reach area or really stubborn comedone, which is also a blackhead, which I don't recommend that you remove those on your own. Go see a professional for that. So after the skin's been nice and prepped, you can even use a moisturizer if you'd like. We like natural oil, so you can use coconut oil on the face to kind of give it a little slip. You can use rosehip oil if you would like. If you have a nice serum that you like at the house, you can use that as well. Just, you're going to take a few dabs, apply it on the skin, and then you're ready for your extractions. So again, cotton rounds. And when you do extractions, you want to make sure that you're not going to tear or break the skin. So methods that I like to use. When doing the chin, you just lightly stretch the skin. Don't look too closely. I probably need to do this to myself. And you're going to want to use this motion. You're basically a sliding motion. You can anchor one finger down and then slide toward it, or you can literally kind of bring them together in this kind of a motion. And when you do that, you're going to see you get a ton of, well, depending on your skin type, you'll get a ton of little, basically comedones, little oil deposits in the skin that just slip right out. And as you go, you're going to want to turn your cotton rounds so that you're not contaminating the rest of your skin. The good way to do it on the nose is you're going to stretch the skin, and you're going to want to push together the cotton rounds and kind of do this sliding motion. You'll get better at it with time. And again, this is not something that you want to do if you have really bad skin, or if you don't have time, you want to make sure that you're really prepping your skin so that you can do this right, so everything comes out nice and smoothly without you harming yourself. So same thing for the cheeks. You would just kind of do this motion, and you can even twist the fingers as you go. And the forehead would be the same. There's hard to reach areas right here that you might not be able to get to, and in that case you would want to see an esthetician, a skincare specialist, go get a facial done. Also, a lot of women break out here in the jawline, and this is a good area to do as well. And you're just going to kind of do these motions in the skin. If you have anything that needs to be extracted, I have patients ask me all the time if it's okay to basically sterilize a needle at home, and I would not recommend doing that because you can't properly sterilize a needle at home. You'd have to have something that was actually from a physician or, a doctor's office, basically, that comes in a sterilized little package where you open up for the first time and you know that blade has not been exposed to any microbes, because like I said, you don't want to introduce any bacteria into the pores. So I totally do not recommend taking a needle with fire or using alcohol. Alcohol is not a good sterilization or even sanitizing agent, so I would not recommend doing that. Just basically remove your open comedones, which are your blackheads. If you have any whiteheads on the skin that are ready to go, you'll know that they're ready to be extracted because after you use a warm compress or take a hot shower, there'll be a nice head. If you stretch the skin a little bit, that head will become plush. You'll see it on the surface of the skin. You'll know if it's ready because you take your little cotton rounds or your Q-tips, stretch the skin, and then bring it back together. And if it extracts, then it's perfect. If not, then it's not ready. If you have any deep cysts, which women typically get around the time of their menstrual cycle, either the week before, during, or sometimes even a week after, we tend to get, and I usually get in this little area right here, large cysts. Those are typically hormonally induced. You do not ever, under any circumstance, want to squeeze those because they can burst underneath the skin, they can cause pitting, bad scarring. You can basically create a disgusting scab there, and then you're going to have a hyperpigmented, which is a little brown mark on the skin for 6 months to 12 months, and it's just not worth it. So those you want to leave alone. If they're really painful and difficult to deal with, then you want to go see maybe a provider and see if they can take care of that for you. So after you've done your extractions, I would recommend cleansing the skin one more time with a face wash. And you're going to want to start using cool water now. Use warm water to prep the skin and open up the skin and soften the pores. And the purpose of using cool water now is because, as you know, cold shrinks vessels. It also closes capillaries. So use cool water, wash your face. You're going to pat it dry. I like to use sometimes as a toner an astringent witch hazel. It's really good. So it's going to help basically make the skin more acidic. And when the skin is more acidic, it's going to help fight off bacteria. So that's the purpose of astringents. Closes pores and also helps brings the skin back to its acidic state so that you can kill bacteria. So witch hazel is a really good astringent. And then you can actually put on, if you're a little bit red and inflamed, a nice chilled aloe vera mask. So aloe vera all over the skin in a nice thick layer. And then you can take a cool washcloth and put that on the skin for about 10 minutes. And that'll help it'll basically vasodilate. So it's going to help close capillaries and close up your pores and also hydrate the skin. There's tons of masks that you can use. You can go to Whole Foods, and I'm sure they have lavender masks, they have chamomile masks. Those are all really great to use. So after you've had your mask on for about 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to remove with a cool compress again, and then you'll apply your moisturizer and your sunblock, and you're good to go. If you have any more questions, feel free to write in. I hope you enjoyed this.